Python website, python.org. Then you have to go to downloads, and then you have to download the installer manager. Wait for it to download, and then you just run the installer. It will install Python, all of that stuff. Yeah, it won't work for me since Microsoft stuff doesn't work for me on here, and I already have Python installed. Once you have Python installed, restart your computer and search Python, and you have your Python thing right here. Right now this is fine for doing stuff. For example, I can print something right now. I didn't know. Yeah, I can print stuff up. This is not good at all. So we'll be using a text editor. For example, you could use VS Code. Like here, I actually recommend using VS Code, but as you can see, I already have VS Code installed on here, so I can't do that. So we're using Sublime Text for this tutorial. So go onto the website, yeah, and press download for Windows, and we'll get the installer for you. Then you just run the installer, yeah, or just go through it and explore the context menu. You can do that if you're gonna open up files in so in File Explorer, you're gonna open up a file using Sublime Text. Do that, but I'm not. Yeah, just press install. It's gonna be installing it, yeah. And yeah, then now you can just open up Sublime Text. Yeah, Python's already installed, so wait, first you have to make a new file. Python files have .py at the end of them, so you want to call it, let's call it test, yeah. But to make sure that that Sublime Text knows this is a Python file, you have to add .py to the end of it. You have to add .py to the end of it. Oh, that might not work sometimes, so you have to find it on here. So you just have to find Python on here. Yeah, or you can just do it like that. Now we have Python, so it knows this is a Python. So let's start. So if you want to write down text for the console, so for example, I want to write down hello world, for example. I will have to just I want to write down hello world on the console. I'll write down print, yeah, and then two brackets are telling your computer that print is a function, and function does do all of these things. You can make your own functions, but that'll be in a later video. Then you can print strings, but we'll do that later. Right now, for example, let's do integers. I want to do 2 plus 2. Yeah. And we will save it. And how do I run stuff? This means so I print and then do 2 brackets. The 2 brackets at the end is telling it that it's a function. So it's telling that since Python already comes with a bunch of functions, one of them is print, which is prints it. So this is basically telling it that you mean when you write down print, that you mean a function print. So write down what you just said. But we're doing here 2 plus 2. We don't have it's 2 plus 2, so that will give us the answer to 2 plus 2 is in integers. So we press on Sublime Text, press Control B, yeah, and then Control B, then enter, and it will tell you, and it will execute the code. Here it said 2 plus 2 is obviously 4, and right here it wrote down, and over here it wrote down 4. Here we can do other stuff. For example, you want to times. You want to get this star thing. You want to get the star thing here. then you just want to press Control B and just then Control B and how do you do this thing? You want to press Control B and it will just execute it right now, because 2 times 2 is also 4. But I want to do divide, for example. We add this thing, I can't remember what it's called. Then we just do Control B and it will do it right there. 2 divided by 2 is 1. If you want to print a string, for example, let's say you want to print down the letter, let's say you want to print down the letter hi in there. First you'll need to get the speech marks. So what this does is tell the computer that you're in Python and you want to print a string. A string is a piece of text or like letters or words. For example, I want to write down hi. Let's do Control B again to execute. Look, it printed hi into there. But let's say I want you to print a variable. But first we need to make that variable. Yeah. Sorry for the time is slow. I'm also holding my mic in the other hand. So yeah. So let's make a variable. Let's call the variable var. Then we have to add on the equal sign. For example, let's make var by. Yeah. So we need to add the we need to add the speech marks to tell the computer this is a string. So let's say this is it's by. Here we have the variable. Yeah, a variable exists now. But what do you do with the variable? Let me ask. So we're going to print here, and then we just type down the variable name, and it printed it. This could be very helpful for like making games in Python and stuff like that. For example, you want to import a module into it. So you just want to type on import and then your module name. If you don't know what your module, stuff like this is already like in the name. So you just want to type down, for example, random. Let's type down import random. Now that module is imported, but you may ask, what can we do with that module? For example, I want to print a random number from 1 to 5, or not 1 to 10. We just write on print. Wait, we can make a variable for this actually. So let's call the variable var equal random, dot rand int. Int at the end of that is short for integer, so a number. And rand is short for random. So random just means like, like the short for that. So random integer is basically what that says. There we have to add, since this is a function, we need to tell it it's a function. So we just do this, like here, we add those brackets. Let's say I want it from 1 to 10. Now let's just print it. Now printing it will give us that random number that var, the variable, has chosen. Like the random number is chosen from 1 to 10. So let's just type on var here. Yeah, and it gives us random number 3. Let's do it again. Yeah, and then let's do it again. It's giving us a random number. You can do this to whatever you want. It doesn't have to be 10. Let's do 999. Yeah. So you just do Control B. See, look, it's choosing random numbers. Thank you for watching my video today. That I just showed you like the bare bone basics of it, understanding Python, how to import modules, how to use one of the modules. That you can print variables, etc. Thank you for watching. And make sure to subscribe and like, please.